The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. President Duterte is still refusing to dismiss Health Secretary Francisco Duque III amid the COA's report on the mishandling of pandemic funds by the DOH. JC Cosico is joining us live from Mandaluyong for more details. JC, good afternoon. What did the president say this time?
Riza, despite public backlash, President Duterte vows to stand with Health Chief Francisco Duque III, even if it brings him down. Duterte said he would be doing a great injustice if he fired Duque because the health chief would be dogged by insinuations of corruption for the rest of his life. This comes after the DOH drew flag over the supposed deficiencies in the handling of pandemic funds as flagged by the Commission on Audit. Despite this, Duterte said that he doesn't see any reason to fire Duque. He also asked COA to give agencies sufficient time to answer the findings as the public would immediately perceive it as corruption. The president also knows that government agencies are implementing a skeletal workforce, which is the reason why documentation the auditors request takes time. Duterte also said that he understands that it is a part of COA's mandate, noting that these reports are not personal. However, he said these must be reconfigured and the commission should clarify that there is no corruption involved. He also denied defending the health department, saying he was just sharing his opinion. Riza, the president ordered Duque to pay health workers while waiting for the release of their benefits, and the DBM was given 10 days to release the funds. Back to you.
Thank you for that report. That's JC Cosico reporting to us live from Mandaluyong City. Meanwhile, vaccine manufacturers have canceled the option for LGUs and a private sector to purchase jabs through tripartite deals as they limit supply agreements. Mobile journalist Jacob Lazaro gives us a front seat to the story.
The COVID-19 vaccine orders put in by local government units and private sector have hit another roadblock. Vaccine czar Carlito Galvez Jr. announced earlier this week that Moderna and AstraZeneca are no longer accepting vaccine orders through what's known as a multi-party agreement or tripartite deals. Meanwhile, Sinovac, Pfizer, and Sputnik will be prioritizing orders from the national government given supply constraints, and Johnson & Johnson's vaccine is currently not available through MPAs. Senator Juan Miguel Zubiri has called out for a Senate inquiry into the matter, pointing out that some 10 million doses are in limbo.
These are 42 pending local government tripartite agreements, and about 200 agreements waiting in line as well for the private sector. When I spoke to representatives of these vaccine manufacturers, they said, hindi po, we have supply, especially the later part of this year. However, there are no signed contracts, so we cannot act on this supply.
The worry is that supply will get tighter soon. The U.S., against the World Health Organization's request, has decided to go ahead and give out booster shots to its citizens beginning next month.
They're already getting their third shot, and a lot of the low and middle income countries haven't even gotten their first shot.
Herbosa also says it may be best to leave vaccine procurement to the national government and that LGUs should instead focus on boosting testing and contact tracing.
So huwag na kayo makipag-compete kasi dadagdag pa kayo sa competition ng supply.
Majority of the orders the LGUs and private sector initially wanted to put in were from either AstraZeneca or Moderna vaccines. So far, only 2 tripartite agreements have been approved, and neither of those have been fully delivered. I'm Jacob Lazaro, and we are One News.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. Even as the country logged a new record for the number of daily infections yesterday, one health expert pointed out that there is a big drop in critical and severe cases because of vaccination. In a Facebook post, DOH Technical Advisory Group member Dr. Edsel Salvana compared the active cases between August 6, right when the government imposed ECQ in the metro, and August 20 when it expired. He said that inoculating more people is the way to turn COVID-19 into a less deadly disease, and added that about 50% of Metro Manila residents are now fully vaccinated, while 70% have received at least one dose. Salvana noted that the cumulative 1.9% severe and critical infection recorded yesterday is significantly less than the 2.8% logged 2 weeks ago. He added that the decrease in critical and severe cases may only be attributed to mass vaccination against the coronavirus. Pateros will now vaccinate non-residents after achieving their target first dose inoculation of 80% of the population. To tell us more on this, we have with us this afternoon Pateros Mayor, Mayor Miguel Ponce III. Mayor Ponce, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, Risa. Good afternoon.
Mayor Ponce, what made you decide to cater to non-residents?
Actually, this is our agreement in the Metro Manila Council. Secretary Vince Dizon and, of course, Secretary Charlie, together with Chairman Benhar Abalos, have been appealing to us that once we already attained the herd immunity, even in first dose only, then we will try to help the other local governments, especially with the bigger populations, to vaccinate also people coming from their own place or cities. So that is why after we reach more than 100% of our eligible population, which is 70% of our population, we have increased it to 80%. Now we already surpassed the 100% also of this 80% on first dose, and we are almost 60% on our second dose. That is why we decided, as a matter of fact, we already started 2 days ago, slowly accepting and admitting residents of other cities to get vaccinated in our municipality.
Those are good numbers, Mayor Ponce. Now, what would the procedure be for setting up a schedule for non-residents?
Yes, we have created a QR code where the non-residents can register. We have posted it in our official FB page. And once they get registered, we just have to clear it with the DICT if they were inoculated or vaccinated in other LGUs to prevent the vaccine hopping and getting the unauthorized third dose or booster. So once their names are cleared by or is cleared by the ICT, then we will start scheduling them and inform them through text message where to go, what day, and the time of their vaccination.
Mayor Ponce, do we have a number, like approximately how many people can you be accommodating in your city that is, of course, outside of Pateros?
Well, initially, we are intending to accommodate between 1,200 to 1,500 people a day. That is our initial target. Though we are being requested by, of course, our secretaries to, if we can stretch it out to around 2,400 to 2,500 a day, then we will do it. Of course, we are always willing to help if we can, meaning if our health workers can really do it.
Mayor, you mentioned numbers earlier, again, of the people, your residents that have already received their doses. Would you be confident in saying that there's very low vaccination hesitancy in Pateros City?
Yes, we have not experienced any hesitancy anymore. When news came out that there is a very, very big possibility that we are getting infected by the Delta variant, we have seen our people volunteering to get vaccinated. So right now, even beyond that 80%, we see our people going to the vaccination centers to get vaccinated. So there is no issue of vaccine hesitancy anymore. Though there is still the choosing, choosing of what kind of vaccine that they will receive, of course. And we just tolerate it, especially if we have different kinds of vaccines in our storage.
Finally, Mayor, we'd just like to check on the ayuda distribution of course, Pateros City. Have you distributed ayuda to all those qualified beneficiaries in Pateros?
Yes, we have finished distributing it. As a matter of fact, today we have set another schedule, the third and final schedule for those who were not able to get their ayudas on their original schedule. And after today, we will be evaluating whatever excess we have and then accommodate those who filed their grievances because they feel that they are also entitled to the ayuda but were left out. But we are intending to distribute all the whatever amount that will be in our possession until Wednesday, the deadline set by the DILG for us to finish and accomplish the distribution of the ayuda.
Mayor Miguel, would like to thank you for sharing with us your time and, of course, all those information. That's Mayor Miguel Ponce III of Pateros City.
So thank you, Risa, for the opportunity. Good afternoon.
And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later again at 1 in the afternoon as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. Mask on, wash your hands, and of course, stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.